Hi, welcome to Jitsu Web 2.0 Tools on YouTube. I am Professor Amin, your Jitsu tutor. Today we will explore the use of FLICKR in education. Well, what is FLICKR? FLICKR is a photo sharing website where anyone can upload and tag photos, browse others' photos, add comments and annotations. Users can create photo sets and collections to manage content, and participate in topical groups to cultivate a sense of community. The site provides the tools, but the value derives from the contributions of the user community and the connections that the site facilitates between individuals. FLICKR also provides a range of privacy settings, giving users considerable control over how their photos can be used.
Professor Amin, how can FLICKR be used in a classroom?
Although FLICKR is for photos, the site is often described as a venue for sharing experiences and building relationships. By making photos easy to share, FLICKR demonstrates that contribution can be easy and that almost any shared object can find an audience. The ability to engage in a conversation about a photo, and to update that photo based on comments received also builds a sense of community. FLICKR provides a place to share photos and meet people with similar interests, even if photography is not their focus. Well, are you ready to get started with FLICKR? The following video provides a step-by-step guide on how to use FLICKR.
Welcome to the tutorial on how to use FLICKR. FLICKR is going to be the place that Paradox uses to store its photos. So what you're going to do is you're going to point your browser to www.flickr.com. What I'm doing is I'm going to come over here and click on the sign up button. For some odd reason, you actually have to hit the sign up button twice. So now hit it again on this page. This is a pretty standard web form. It's just going to ask you for your first name, your last name, and that type of thing. If you'll notice, there are some red asterisks on the side of each of the different fields. These are actually the required fields. Right here you're going to select a username. You're going to want it to be unique so that it's not already taken. So if you want, you could put your name and then the word Paradox after it if you don't already have an account. I'm going to click this check availability of ID, and it's going to look inside their system and see if someone's already taken it before. Fortunately, this one is available, so I continue to register with this one. Now enter in a password. If you'll notice, it asks you to retype your password. This is to make sure that there's not a typo in your password and that you inadvertently lock yourself out. Now, you don't have to get a Yahoo email account just because you're getting a Yahoo account. If you don't want one because you've already got an email account, just unclick that box right there and you won't end up getting an extra email account. You're going to select a security question in case you ever forget your password. My childhood hero was, I suppose, Superman. Now select your birth date and that type of thing. This is kind of a boring part of the tutorial, but it's really necessary because if we don't put everything in here, they won't give us an account. Now this is where you're going to put a real email account because they're actually going to test this account to make sure that you're a real person. This is one of the ways that they do it, is by having you verify an email account. The other way that they do it, we're about to see. This funny looking numbers with some lines and cut-ups is actually there to make sure that it's a real human doing this form and not a computer. A computer couldn't read this graphic, but a human would be able to understand the letters and numbers that they see. So simply type the letters from left to right that you see in that box. Some of them are caps sensitive and some are not, so just to be safe, make sure you type it with caps lock or by holding shift for the larger letters. Here's the pretty standard acceptance of terms of use. Just click I agree. This is the email address that it's going to send for the confirmation for me, because it's doug@douggeiger.com, which is my email account. I'm going to click Continue to Yahoo and then Continue. Right now, I'm going to go into Flickr now that I've created my Yahoo account. So I'm simply going to click on the word Sign In. Now I'm going to upload my first photo. To do so, click on the link, Upload your first photo. It's pretty simple, even though it might look a little confusing at first. All you're going to do is click on the button that says Browse. This is going to take me inside my computer's pictures. I'm going to pick one of those pictures from Dave's wedding, which is of him and Craig and Marlena talking. Once I've selected the photo that I'd like to upload, I'm going to hit the word Upload. Now I'm going to give it a minute, because what it's doing is it's actually taking a copy of the picture from my computer and it's adding it to Flickr's database. It's also going to make multiple sizes of the same photograph to be used for different purposes. Sometimes you might want it as a desktop, sometimes just a small little picture inside of an email that you send. So it's going to chop it into lots of little different sizes. Now I didn't name this photograph when I first imported it into my computer, but since I'm going to put it up here for everyone to use, I'm going to give it a name that makes sense. I just called it Dave and Marlena Rehearsal. For the description, this is going to be where you're going to put a name that you'd use, or a description that you would use to describe it to somebody. This is a very conversational description of the picture. The part underneath the description is called tags. Tags are single word identifiers for a picture. Think of them like keywords. Sometimes they're called tags, keywords, or meta tags. But basically they allow people to put in different words that will pull up this picture. I'm going to put members because I would like it to be that if you go to the Paradox Church group, you could put in the word members and everyone who's a member of the church would come up, their picture. I'm also going to put their first names in case people want to search Flickr for Dave, Craig, or Marlena. And also marriage, because who knows, there might be some more marriages in the future, and it'd be nice to have them all grouped together. Now I simply select Save. Now this photograph is inside my Flickr account. If you'll notice at the top of the screen it says Joe Blow Paradox. That means I'm logged in right now, and this is my first picture, Dave and Marlena Rehearsal.
Well, I hope you are now familiar with Flickr and will try using it in the future. That's all from now. Remember, Jitsu is committed to bring training to you anytime, anywhere, just when you need it.